I told my sister I don't love her because she's been having an affair for 5 years.
Damn.
My sister, 32, moved in with me because she got pregnant 5 months ago from what she claimed was a one-night stand. I love my sister, of course. I took her in. My husband is overseas for 6 months, so it was nice to have her around because I care about her very much. By the way, this comes from Empty Chemist 992 on the r/BORUpdates subreddit. So, on Monday, I came home and I saw my sister with a strange woman in a screaming match on my doorstep. Curious. I obviously didn't know what was happening, but I saw the woman poking my pregnant sister's shoulder, so I intervened.
Damn.
You gotta, honestly, what if you just smack him with your belly like,
Yeah.
wow, I think I just broke the couch. I sent my sister inside and she begged me to send the woman away. I didn't understand what was going on, but I wanted the altercation to end for everyone's sakes, so I told the woman as such. Then she started screaming, asking me if I was also sleeping with her husband.
Okay. Presumptuous.
Excuse me? I just got here.
She lives there, ma'am.
Come on. I was like, question mark? And then she basically revealed that my sister had been having an affair with her husband for 5 years.
That's a long affair.
Whoa.
5 years.
How did he do that?
You're not even in high school that long.
No.
Exactly, Riley.
You could get a degree with the amount of time that you spent cheating on your wife.
A degree in promiscuity.
Ooh.
Gotcha. She had everything printed out. Chats, photos, emails, receipts.
Damn.
It was
thorough.
Thorough. It was disturbing to see, and I didn't want to go through it all. But a few things were established. My sister knew about his wife. She knew she was the mistress and liked it.
Ooh.
And she's pregnant.
Ooh.
The sister is pregnant right now, presumably with a person
baby.
that she is a baby first, presumably.
Presumably with the baby. I have seen Alien Romulus, so you never know.
You never know. And then second, presumably there is, I mean, maybe she's not involved with the guy anymore, but maybe there's another guy that she's cheating on.
Yeah.
Right? So this woman was a stay-at-home mom to their 4 kids, one of whom has a severe disability from a car accident.
This guy stinks.
How does it keep getting worse? Her husband knew about my sister's pregnancy and even took her on a baby moon to celebrate, like a honeymoon for a baby. But it's not your baby.
Not your freaking baby. Well, it is his baby. That's the thing. It's his baby.
My presumably is out the window now. The affair had been going on the entire time, with my sister believing he would eventually leave his wife for her.
Girl.
My sister had fully embraced the role of being the other woman and was emotionally invested in the relationship despite repeated lies about leaving his wife. I told the woman I was very sorry and that I obviously didn't know, but I asked her to leave because this wasn't going anywhere and I didn't want the neighbors to call the police. She was furious, but gave me her number on a Post-it, begging me to not let her husband stay at my house. I assured her that no man was stepping foot in my home. Boom.
Never.
Tell him.
Not a single man can step onto this property. It's kind of like vampire rules.
Yep, I'm there with you. I'm right there with you.
You can't.
Vampires can't.
Unless
Once you invite them into your
them
house, they can go into your house whenever.
Yeah, but she's not going to do that.
She's opposite of vampires.
Not in according to standing my ground.
Nope.
Hey, whoa.
Whoa.
Too much. So, my sister is begging me not to believe the woman, calling her a vindictive ex-wife.
Ooh.
I told her, all right then, this is smart. Let's look up the marriage online. Check the public records. I like it.
Oh, you can
Look
do
at
that.
the receipts.
Let's see if a motion for dissolution of marriage was ever submitted. I guess that's
I mean,
what
a public
you can do.
record.
Yeah.
Whoa. Put your name in the chat so I can look you up and see if you're actually married or not.
Dude, that's a good spin the wheel.
Let's find out if you're actually married and under the eyes of the law.
Mrs. Dakota. So we fought hard. My sister kept saying I would never understand and that they loved each other, but he couldn't just leave his wife, blah, 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 blah.
John just watched the Hotel Transylvania movies.
Blah, blah, blah.
I did. I called her dumb and naive.
Yes.
The next day, I told her she could stay here because I didn't want her to become a financial burden on that woman in any way. But I also told her that right now, I did not want to engage with her. My sister asked me if I still loved her, and I told her, honestly, right now, I can't say I do. I will always help my nephew and not endanger you, but I can't like you because you've shown me that you're not a trustworthy person. I told her that I don't trust her not to try anything with my husband, and I didn't trust her with anything at all. So I made her sign a tenants agreement. She's been begging me to forgive her, and I told her that there's nothing to forgive, and I just don't know who she is anymore. There is a big update.
Oh, man.
Huge. Huge things will be revealed.
Huge.
But we have to talk.
We gotta. I mean, that's harsh. However, I kind of get what OP's saying of like, you've done nothing to me
Yes.
that I need to forgive. This is something that, you need to seek forgiveness from the wife about. But it's just kind of shown me who you are as a person. And that is someone that I don't know if I can like respect and love right now.
Yeah, because I feel like there's kind of two buckets. There's like, I love you, which usually it's like, people get in fights or whatever, but it's like, okay,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we still love each other. And then there's the, do I actually like and respect you as a person and whatever else? I don't know. It's kind of an interesting question because it's like, can you love someone that you don't like? I guess is the question.
Yeah.
Or respect.
I do think it is different with family.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that there is a certain amount of love that you can show to family, even if you don't always like them.
Yes.
The classic parent quote. I don't like you, but I love you.
I'm not going to be your best friend, but I will be your parent. That kind of.
Oh, just like
quote.
I don't always like you, but I always love you.
That's a classic parent quote.
That's a classic.
Oh no.
That's a classic.
Sophia.
That's a classic parent. What?
Classic?
That's a classic one.
I agree with that though.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom has definitely told that to one of my siblings.
Yeah, it's a classic
Not me though.
parentism.
Never me.
Damn.
Never. So, I also kind of totally understand that OP in that moment is like, it's so soon. And OP is also now OP is still dealing with it. It's not like OP's like, okay, get out. I'm just not going to deal with it anymore.
Exactly.
He's still sticking his neck out in terms of like giving her a place to stay.
Yeah.
And everything else.
No, I think is showing that OP still has a measure, like some familial love.
Yes.
For their sister, but it's just right now. It's like I can't even. You've disappointed me.
Yeah, it's so much to process.
Yeah.
And so I
and
very
also the
much
fact that OP was forced to be involved, like she was put in the middle of this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which like.
Mm-hmm. But there is an update.
There's an update. So, first, I would like to clarify a few things. I am not going to tell my sister to get rid of the baby. That's not my place, and I would never suggest such a thing. Also, I am not going to install tracking software on her phone, or demand access to all her devices. That's
Why?
invasive and wrong. That must have been what the crazy people in the comments were.
That's
saying today.
okay.
Too
OP
much.
is not her sister's mom.
It's too
Her
much.
sister can make her own decisions, even if they're bad ones.
Yeah, it's too much.
Oh.
I've been thinking a lot, and while I can't say that I don't love my sister, it's very hard to feel that love right now. That's, I think, a good way to put it. I don't know who she is anymore. It's not just that she lied to me. It's what she did and how she was convinced that she was justified because they were in love. She's brought chaos into my home that I opened up to her.
Mhm.
I'm deeply disappointed in her, and I just don't like her at the moment. I'm letting her stay here because I don't want her to become dependent on him. I don't think that he's a good man either. And as a social worker, I've seen these scenarios too many times. For a second, I thought she was saying that the guy was a social worker. And I'm like, could you imagine a social worker trying to bring families together? Meanwhile, he's like absolutely destroying
cheating
his own.
on everyone. He's not looking after his kids.
Yeah.
He's like, no, but I know where you can go wrong. So
See,
I
learned
wanna
from
bring that
failure. My sister is already deluded. I don't need to open the door to dependency that is also financial. So now on to the update.
I've recently, as of last week, gotten into rock climbing, and I've been going hard. Maybe too hard. Because my body feels more battered than a cake mixture.
And you love making cakes.
And I love making cakes. My two great loves, baking and now rock climbing. But it comes at a cost.
It does come at a cost, you know.
My body.
You've been pretty badly, but you keep going. You love it.
I keep going. I'm going tonight. But the only thing that I need to keep this going forever is ZocDoc.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you.
And instantly book appointments with them online.
And these doctors all have verified reviews from actual real patients.
We're talking about booking appointments with tens of thousands of top-rated, patient-reviewed, credible doctors and specialists.
And Sophia, you can filter for ones that take your insurance.
And treat basically any condition you're searching for.
And the typical wait time to see a doctor book on ZocDoc is just between 24 and 72 hours.
Sometimes even same day.
Guys, I use ZocDoc. We use ZocDoc. You should freaking use it.
Go to ZocDoc.com/OKOP and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/OKOP, ZocDoc.com/OKOP. Let's get back to the show. I haven't been punishing my sister, but I've been treating her like a roommate. This is driving her crazy. She's begging me to go back to the way things were before, but I can't. I told her that I need time and that things can't just return to normal overnight. Because, like, you're the one that did all this crazy stuff to, like, basically be like, no, let's just do back to normal. Let's just go back to normal. It's like, you've lost all of those privileges.
You don't get to demand normalcy.
Yeah.
When you've made all these mistakes.
When you going crazy.
So true.
She tried to explain how it all happened. She admitted that she always knew that he was married, but believed she could tell how unhappy he was and felt he deserved to be happy. So why not just separate, not divorce from the wife?
Literally.
How about that? They met at a bar a few weeks after his son's accident, and he told her that his wife hadn't touched him since it happened and that he was about to explode.
Ew. Ew. What? And that
because
that
his heart is so heavy.
That's kind of ridiculous that she fell for that line. She was like, this. That was it.
Hey, friend, let me sit you down and tell you something. There's another woman that you should talk to. Her name is Jill. Jill. Okay? Jill.
I don't know who Jill is.
That's okay. I asked her why she would involve herself with a married man knowing the hurt it would cause. She said she wanted to be a wife and a good mom, and that included his kids. I want to be a great wife, so I'm going to steal from his wife.
And she's like, I want to be a great mom, so I'm also going to steal some kids.
What a foundation.
I mean, have these kids even met you?
No, but they will.
They will.
You know, and it's going to be...
Once I'm a wife.
It's going to be so good. Okay? He's going to marry me. I'm telling you. She had hoped that he would divorce his wife so they could all move on and finally be happy together. I just stared at her, unable to comprehend how she could rationalize her actions. A few days later, he appeared at her house, claiming that he had let go of his wife and wanted to be with my sister. I told him to leave immediately or I would call the police. My sister was furious with me, accusing me of ruining her chances to happiness.
What?
You did this yourself.
So he came. So after all this stuff happened with the current wife, he came over. Is that what that was saying?
Yes. So he came after the crazy, poor wife went over and was like, "Oh, he's cheating on me." Then a few days later, the actual husband comes back. He's like, "I've got rid of the old ball and chain. I'm ready to date your sister, OP."
Yeah, and OP's gonna say, "I made a vow to never let a man inside my house.
Hey,
least of all you.
I'll get you a date with the police.
Yeah,
and a jail cell.
Put some
handcuffs." What's wrong with this today?
Okay.
Get locked up. So I made it clear to her, if he ever comes over again, I will evict her. Poll.
Comes where?
Evict or not. Evict or not. Over to the house. God dang it, Sophia. What's gotten into you today?
I don't know.
That poll.
What's the poll?
Evict or not? Evict or not?
No. I don't think I would evict the sister quite yet because she is pregnant, has baby.
I might disagree.
Oh.
I want to see what the chat says. I want to see what everyone in the comments say. But I might disagree.
I mean, unless she's like ruining your, I don't know. The comments might disagree, but
If you're sleeping with the dogs, you're going to get the fleas.
she's a pregnant woman.
So you might as well go out in the wild.
Might just go
And just
camping.
get used to the fleas.
I think right now, you were saying to evict the sister, correct?
If he ever comes back.
If he ever comes back. Yeah, I think maybe if this keeps being a continuous problem where he's constantly coming over and she's, maybe letting him into the house, or she's making all of this OP's problem, then considering eviction. But I think right now, I don't know if I would evict her just for this instance.
I'm trying to decide too, but it kind of seems like as of right now, the sister is kind of just pushing through any boundaries that might be there and just has no care for it. So I'm trying to think like, what would make her realize the seriousness of the boundaries that are being put in place?
I think OP could say, like, if you continue to do this, I'm going to evict you. Like,
I might say it, but lie.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't actually evict her.
But putting pressure on it.
But putting pressure on it to hopefully like finally get it through her head that.
Nicole H as well, considering OP herself, said that she would not kick her out because she does not want her to be dependent on this POS. I choose to honor OP's wishes. Yeah, and Kimberly Fine says baby ain't out yet, so OP wouldn't be the a-hole for now. That window will close after 40 weeks, kind of like how her face isn't pregnant, so it's green flagged for him. Damn! Are you saying OP should beat up her pregnant sister?
Dude, what is happening right now?
Crazy.
Oh, Kimberly Fine, you're crazy. Okay, but let's get back to the story. So OP says she's free to date anyone that she wants, but not under my roof. I also told her that if she plans to have him around after the baby is born, she will need to find her own place.
That's fair. I think these are all fair. It's not like I'm going to immediately evict you, but I'm putting in place boundaries.
A boundary there, yeah. Word has gotten around our community about the affair. While we were grocery shopping, a woman even spat on my sister.
Damn,
Dude.
how small is this town?
Dude, right? Many of her friends have cut ties with her, calling her a homewrecker. Some are married themselves and don't want her near their own husbands. Bro.
Damn.
I haven't said I told you so even once. Great restraint, OP. We unexpectedly ran into his wife at a local cafe. My sister wanted to apologize and suggested that maybe, just maybe, they could all have a good relationship for the sake of the kids.
No.
The wife laughed coldly and said, "You made your choices. Now live with them. Don't expect this.
Ooh.
Don't expect me to make this easier for you."
Ooh, damn.
But you know what makes it easier to chat with us? Joining our live stream every single weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Hop on in.
Tap our profile.
So, my sister is devastated and has been lying in bed ever since. I'm taking care of her physical needs, making sure she eats, stays hydrated, and attends her prenatal appointments, but I can't bring myself to comfort her emotionally. I just don't have it in me right now. That is the end of the story. On the evict or nah, 81% of people are saying evict.
Yeah.
And I think it's more so just like putting up the boundary of, hey,
Which
if you keep doing, if you bring over the husband, if you cheat with him behind, or, get together with him behind my back when he's here, any of these things, here's the list of things that like, I can't have you continue staying at the house.
I think that's fair.
Yeah.
I agree. I think right now, based off like everything that's happened, I don't think she necessarily needs to evict her now.
Which is
but if she continues to push past those boundaries, yes.
Totally. Which is like, in fairness to OP, wasn't like, I'm going to do it immediately.
No,
but
yeah.
So I'm kind of like, here's what I'm thinking, and I'm curious to get your take, Sophia. The original thought process was, I don't want to, kick her out now or have her not live here now, because then she'll go and become financially dependent on this guy. It's allegedly he is now single. It seems like him and the wife are no longer together. That's what he said. I'm almost like, because I'm like, this is not my problem. I did not do this. I'm over here helping you. I'm almost like, just release him to the guy if he'll financially take care of her.
Yeah, but I also understand OP's, because it seems like before this, they did have a somewhat good relationship.
Yeah.
And I think OP probably feels responsible for her sister and is like, I don't want to see you go down this hole.
Yeah.
Even though you already have made a lot of really bad decisions and that I don't support you for. If there's any way that I can kind of pull you off this ledge.
Yeah.
I'll try it first.
Which would be great. It seems like this sister is crazy.
Not listening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which in that case, if she continues to disrespect boundaries, then it's like, okay, well, there's only so much I can do.
Yeah.
And then you release it to the husband.
Yeah. Yeah. Cause I don't know. I'm like, and again, like, let's say if there's a scenario where she did kick her out, she moves in with the guy, he supports her for a few months and then he dips. Then it's like, okay, like coming back in just so she's not, left out to dry or whatever.
Sure.
I don't know. It just seems like a very tricky scenario to try and keep the sister away. Like, I almost feel like she has to like crash and burn to learn the lesson, and is keeping the sister at her house like prolonging that process. I don't know.
Yeah, sure. But
I feel undecided.
The only thing I was going to say is that I think it's interesting because she's an adult. If she wanted to move in with this guy, she could. But I think it's pretty telling that she hasn't, because I think it means that he probably has not offered.
Yeah. Because if she could just be like, I'm out,
Yeah.
she's not legally required to stay with
keep her there.
Sister. Yeah, exactly. So I think I'm undecided. You guys, how about you guys
Decide.
duke it out in the comments?
Yeah.
How about that? Let's
How
do that.
about that?
But you know what else we have, Sophia?
What?
Another story.
What?
For your freaking face holes. All right, let's get into this next story. A woman attacked me for having an affair with her husband because she mistook me for my twin sister.
Whoa.
Is that a twin sister or a twin sister?
Evil twin.
Evil twin. So OP says, I have no idea where my idiot sister is because she went on vacation with her friends. All I know is that I'm going to pull her hair out when I see her.
Damn.
Oh my goodness. My sister and I are going to the same university, although we are only 3 years apart. We are almost identical and people always confuse us for twins. By the way, this comes from Chemistry Visible 7940 on the Best of Redditor Updates subreddit. So today I suffered because of the resemblance we have as soon as I left my university to go to my car. A lady threw herself on me and started dragging me by my hair while she was yelling at me a lot of things and insults.
Oh my God.
Could you imagine? You're
I
just
can't imagine
walking,
ever doing that.
or like also you're just like walking, you're like,
getting that, yeah.
And then someone just like hurls themselves at you.
That's terrifying.
I mean, insane.
And you have no idea why.
You have no idea why. Like, at least if you're like, it's my arch nemesis,
Yeah.
Yeah, give them a little explainer like in the movies.
Yeah,
This
exactly.
is why I'm taking the world
Monologue
down.
a little bit.
Villain
You should know.
dialogue, have some foreplay
And then
with
you
it.
could be like, hold on a minute. Huge miscommunique. I am not the person you're looking for.
Right? At least start with the, the Karen finger pointing and yelling.
You took my husband. And then you go, whoa, T.O., that's not right.
Will that work or not? You tell us in the comments. So by pure instinct, I also began to fight. Honestly, at that moment, I thought that some homeless person had an attack of dementia or something. I pulled her by the hair until my friend separated her and me. My God. The woman was crying, and behind her, there were 2 more women who were with her and arguing with my friends. The woman was yelling at me, telling me that I am her husband's sloot, and I didn't understand anything about what was happening. But at that moment, my mind clicked because I knew that my sister was dating an older man, and she doesn't tell me much about him, but she does show me the gifts he gives her.
See, this is what I also hate. I mean, obviously, women that are, or like when a person is the other person in a relationship.
Yeah.
That's not, I mean, it's not good. They shouldn't be doing that. But why aren't you getting more mad at your husband in this situation? Why are you physically assaulting this like other girl?
Look, what are we? It like, again, they didn't do right either, but like.
But they had no commitment to you. Like morally, they shouldn't have been doing it.
Yes.
But there was no like, they did not break a commitment with you. The only person who did that was your partner.
And ultimately, if you just deal it direct with your partner, you never talk to them.
Never talk to
just
them
never
again.
talk to them. It's just, I don't know why that's such a thing, but I digress. Opie says, I told the woman that she was looking for my sister. Basically, the people who were with her yelled at me that I must be just as slutty as my sister. Yeah. I'm not. I think, and tried to fight again. Oh my God.
So after finding out this is not the person she's looking for, she's like, well, close enough.
Dude, right? Let me at him. But the police approached us and said that it was all too messy. That is correct. So now my scalp is full of scratches. My back is scraped by the asphalt and my head hurts so much. Oh my God. And my sister doesn't answer my calls to explain what the heck she did before I tell my mother what happened. I know that if I tell my parents about this, they might even stop paying for my sister's education because it is not the first time she's done something like this.
Whoa!
Dude.
That's wild.
Oh my gosh. Am I going to tell them? Yes, but first I need to talk to my sister. Opie says the humiliation of having been beaten up at my university for something I didn't do is too big. It gives me chills to think about coming back on Monday and that people who saw us believe that I am to blame for that when my sister was the culprit. Poor woman, I do feel empathy for her, but I didn't deserve that beating. That is correct, Opie. My sister is not a good person at all, and it's easy to see her in a situation like this. At least she could have asked my name before that.
That sucks, though, to be like, you know, just trying to live your life, and you've got this doppelganger out there who's sullying your good name.
It's like it's as if Sam just like plopped on a wig and just started running around and
stealing,
going crazy.
And I was like, "It's not me, officer, please."
And they're like, "You're under arrest. You're doing 20 to life, kid.
No.
20 to life, kid. Are you ready for life in the clink?"
I can't handle that.
I don't think so. Quick edit. Yes, we ended up at the police station and I filed charges against her, even though she apologized to me a lot once she calmed down a little bit. I don't
care. Even if I was the other sister who had done the wrong thing, I would have pressed charges.
Exactly.
I did. Yes. Like, oh, I'm so sorry. You beat me up.
Is it okay to attack after cheating? Attack after cheating or not?
No.
Attack
I don't
after
think
cheating
any
or
attack
not?
is, unless it's self-defense. I don't think it's.
That's what I'm thinking too. But I'm curious what the maliciously petty in the chat have to say about this one. To be honest, her friends were worse than her in the sense of wanting to keep fighting when it was all over. But anyways, that doesn't justify that the fool hit the wrong person.
Yup.
For now, I'm just going to wait for my sister to come back because I want to say everything with her present so that way she can't run away from our parents. It's not the first time that my sister has messed around with a married man. Guys, we have some relevant comments and we have a big update where the sister returns.
Ooh,
we're going to get
sister returns.
The sister
in part
returns.
2.
But Sophia.
Part 2?
Part 2.
Part 2. The return of the pot.
Did you say Hawk 2?
That is not what I said.
Hawk 2 in the pot 2. Mach 2.
Mach 2.
Speeds you've never seen.
She's going so fast.
Okay. This is an insane scenario.
Yeah.
Right now, chat 70, very few votes in. Get your votes in.
Get your freaking votes.
But 80% of people are saying no, which I totally agree with. I don't think that the cheating justifies anything physical.
No, I agree. I agree. It is something that you can be very upset about, and you can divorce the actions that you might take when you have been cheated on. Divorce / breakup.
Yes.
Say, hey, I hate you. Yeah, that's about it.
You can say, could you tell other people in the friend circle?
Yeah.
You tell the friend circle.
You spread it around.
Like, yeah, I feel like kind of a reputation ruining is actually a kind of a fair
I think
punishment
that's, yeah.
because you ruined the reputation of the
ruined my
integrity
life.
of the relationship and their life.
Exactly.
So I feel like low key, like, which honestly does more long-term damage of like, okay, now, oh, they can't find a partner and, you know, all this other stuff.
Yeah.
So
It's like leaving a bad Yelp review.
ooh, except you're the only one that can imagine Yelp,
Mhm.
but it all hinged on one person's review.
One person.
The power.
Yeah. You better make a good review.
I agree. 94% of chat is saying no. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Even Addie. Shout out to Addie.
Even Addie's voting.
Addie woke up and did not choose violence today, ladies and
Did not
gentlemen.
choose violence.
That's
and
what we
love
like to see.
it.
That's what we like to see. All right, let's get into these comments and then the big update. So Pamela on the go says, what is wrong with your sister, but also what the F is wrong with this lady?
Exactly.
Beating one of your husband's girlfriends certainly won't stop him from pursuing other women. Shake my head. Stop.
Yeah,
We need to go to the source.
Just divorce him.
Just divorce him. Go straight to the source. Wary wrongdoer 7511 says, of course she won't beat her husband. She's been conditioned to believe it's the woman's fault and that women are competition, or else she wouldn't have treated her this way. Do you think is this some kind of internalized
I think a little bit. I think it's like, oh, this woman pulled my husband away rather than he went willingly.
Yes.
It's like this, yeah.
And maybe that's something like the husband has kind of
she was flirting with me.
Manipulated or whatever the case might be her into thinking that possibly. Limit Big 538 says, tell your parents. Your sister will never learn unless she is put in her place. Yeah, it's repeat offender over here. Even though she might not learn, at least you get it off your chest. You should press charges on that crazy lady. She should get her facts straight before attacking someone. Or maybe
she should just not attack anyone.
Maybe with words, maybe. Plus, it's her husband's fault, not yours. You need to protect yourself. Yeah, again, just don't go for the attack. We can go with words.
Yeah, words hurt more.
The pen.
Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words will leave you emotionally scarred.
That is big facts. And we have the update when the sister returns. Quick predictions, quick conspiracy theory on what's going to happen.
Oh boy, when the sister returns,
yes.
I think the sister's going to return.
The sister will return.
The sister will return. OP's going to tell her parents. The parents are going to be like, you're out of here. We're not paying for your school. Sister's going to run to the guy. And he's going to be like, I don't want you. And then she's going to be like, I'm pregnant.
Ooh. Sophia, that's a great prediction.
Thank you.
Let's find out. 6 days later. Hi. Hello. My sister came back from her vacations a few days ago. I waited for her to come back because I didn't want her to run away from telling our parents what happened, and I wanted to tell her to be the one to tell them everything.
Mm-hmm.
The classic, tell them or I will.
Yeah.
Love a tell them or I will.
Me too.
My sister lives with our parents. No, she's not a teenager. She's almost 30.
That's embarrassing.
How old is she?
Wait.
28.
Okay.
Oh,
okay,
dang.
okay.
28.
Dang, dude. She is almost there. She basically is 30.
That's embarrassing behavior to be doing at 30.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you should be running a
Like you
business.
can't get your own.
Right?
Can't get your own husband.
At
So you have to
28
take one?
years, you can't find a partner.
Come on.
Come on, at least don't steal one. I don't know why someone in the comments said that she was suffering from grooming when she is 28 years old. There's even 40-plus-year-old people in college, and anyways, you need to be an adult to be there. So when she arrived, I was already there. When my parents asked me what the heck happened to me, I told them to wait for my sister to come and talk about it, so they already knew that it was about her. Many people don't understand that there are people who like to be the second and enjoy feeling that they can sleep with anyone. Right, like it's almost like
yeah, look how easy it was for me to steal him from his family.
They fantalize the idea of being the fantalize?
Fantasize?
Fantalize, it's a word.
Fantalize?
Fantalize. Look it up, Riley. I need this.
There's I guess
Wait, how do you spell
there's
it?
infantilize, so maybe there is.
Fantalize.
But I have never heard of fantalize.
Maybe it's infantile. What do you say?
Infantilize is when you make someone out to be younger. Like you're treating them like a baby.
Treat someone as a child.
Yeah. I've never heard of fantalize though. Can you define it for me?
So OP has this next part of the update.
I'm curious.
I'm not. Even with a forbidden one, and my sister is that type of person. Since she was a teenager, she flirted with her friends' boyfriends. She did it to measure her value with others. What? But she never flirted with any of my boyfriends, or at least she had her list.
Or your boyfriends were ugly.
Yeah, she's like, I don't want those guys. Now that she is older, she likes to sleep with married men.
That's yikes.
For her, it's better to receive gifts and fun without the pressure of being the wife. Her words, we discussed this many times.
Okay, you don't have to marry the people that you date. You could have, you could be like, I want to have casual relationships with men and I don't want to be married to them.
But then I'm not making a wife suffer.
Yeah.
And where's the fun in that, Sophia? Where is it, I ask you?
You're right.
Childhood drama?
Have you
for the
considered
kids?
that?
Think about it.
Have you considered
a little something for the kids. Trauma.
Yeah.
You're
Do
welcome.
you not support
Trauma.
therapists, Sophia?
You're right. I'm going to be putting therapists out of a job.
How are they supposed to make a living?
They're not.
Wow. Great point, Riley.
They're going to be sitting on the side of the road.
Therapy, $5.
Therapy for free.
Free therapy.
I'll sell it. It's like a lemonade stand.
Exactly. Come on. So at the end of the day, it's all a self-esteem and ego problem that my sister has. She needs to know that she can get whatever she wants. Anyways, a few days ago, the cheating man had sent a message to my sister telling her that his wife physically attacked him, kicked him out of the house after she found out about his affair.
Okay,
with
but I
my
believe
sister.
that. But I believe that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
Yes.
he should go and, put some charges against her.
She went to the source.
Yeah, but
She went to the source.
But she attacked him. He should file a police report. Obviously he's in the wrong here, but you can't just go around attacking people.
This is true. This is true.
She can,
I
if she
agree.
wants to, she can yell at him and get a divorce all she wants. And I'd have been like, yes, girl. But
Two wrongs don't make a right.
when you attack someone, that is illegal.
There's a line. Legally and just like morally. I think
Morally and legally, that is wrong. And you can be arrested for domestic violence.
You heard
I
it
didn't
here
make
first.
the rules, but if I did, those would still be the rules.
Classic Sophia quote. I love that. So the woman found my sister's Instagram and sent her messages telling her to stay away from her family because apparently the man took their kids to some of the dates with my sister.
Yikes!
And my sister, who is a big idiot, followed up the fight with the woman insulting her. She showed me the chat and it was clearly encouraging the woman to fight, calling her names, etc., etc. And that's how I ended up getting into the mix and her attacking me. My God. According to my sister, she didn't believe that the woman was really going to hit her. But then I started to message her and she basically ignored me because she didn't want that kind of stress. And also she knew that she screwed up. Yeah, I guess she's like, I'm not talking without a lawyer to you or something like that. Honestly, so many comments told me that my sister was not to blame for anything that I began to believe it.
Okay, that's who.
She's
Okay.
kind of the whole reason all of this even happened.
I'm sorry. Just because we have the worst, lineup of villains in this story
Yes.
does not mean that the least
absolved.
villainous one absolves OP's sister.
Yeah, just because she's not Voldemort, she's still a Death Eater.
She's
you
still
know?
a freaking Death Eater,
Come
man.
on. Until I saw the messages she sent to that woman almost begging for a fight, and I stopped feeling any kind of empathy for her. She's not a good person, and she never was. I was furious, but my mother was even more angry. So now we're getting to the family, because they can cut her off.
Yeah.
This could really totally throw her life
cut
off
this
course.
poor 28-year-old child off. What will she do?
What will happen now?
Her life's basically done for her. She's going to turn 30 soon.
Exactly. You might as well just crawl in the grave. Start a
Yep.
podcast, maybe. Hey, you never know.
It's too late for that.
That's right. It's not the first time that my family has been affected because of her spicy sleep adventures.
It's embarrassing.
The first time we did not lose money or friends, but I was physically attacked, which is worse. Again? What? There was another time?
What? No, this time we didn't
But this
lose.
time, I was physically attacked with swears. Yes.
He's getting the brunt.
Dude, oh my God. My sister justified herself by saying that she is single and has no responsibility for any marriage. But my mother told her that we all suffer because of her problematic behavior and that morally she's helping to ruin the lives of so many because of her ego.
Yeah.
Big facts, mama.
Big facts.
It all ended with my sister throwing a tantrum like always and even blaming me for looking like her.
I think OP needs a haircut.
Yeah.
I think OP needs a haircut.
I mean, maybe,
quite frankly.
maybe plastic surgery because
Maybe.
is she just going to be running away her whole life from her sister's arch nemesis?
Yeah, well,
Nemesis?
normally I'd say, go no contact with your sister. She sucks. But the problem is, it doesn't matter if you go no contact because you're just going to have these wives running at you to beat you up.
Wives running at you, maybe Tinder matches of other nemesis. Like, it could just, grocery store, you're picking the same box of cereal. Everywhere you look, OP could have her sister's nemesis.
So it
Just
actually
coming for her.
behooves you to stay with your sister and to make her a better
Figure it out.
person.
Oh boy.
Keep your enemies.
Rehabilitate.
Keep your friends close. Keep your enemies closer.
And keep your sister the closest.
Yeah.
Especially if she's
Keep an
evil.
eye on her. Put a baby cam on her.
There we go. So OP says, but this time my father kicked her out of the house with her things. I found it a little sad that my own parents apologized to me for their adult daughter's behavior. At the end of the day, I feel sad to see my parents and other people suffer because of her behavior. And about the woman, she contacted me the next day that after that I was attacked, saying that she was really sorry. She said that she would pay for any medical expenses, but I'm fine. She sounded much calmer without her friends and told me that she had never done anything like that, but she felt a very strong hatred for my sister and her ex because of how they talked about her with the children. Although she sounded really regretful, a large part of me wanted to kick my sister's butt, but that's not going to happen. Even if that doesn't make me a good person, I would have liked to have seen that. Yeah.
More violence.
Yeah, more violence. I'm sorry for the boring update, but not much happened except that she didn't send me a message or anything like that. Anyways, I just pray that my parents still don't talk to her and can see her as little as possible. And we have more relevant comments before we close it out. But I mean, this is a pretty big update. The parents have now officially kicked her out of the house.
Yeah, which I think you need to do that. If she's not willing to own up to her mistake, she's 28 years old.
28 years old.
She's not a child. She's not like,
I mean, she's
just
still
out of
super
college.
young and youthful, like
she's practically 1 foot in the grave.
She's Gen Z.
I think she's a millennial because only a millennial could behave like this.
I mean, look, it's to me, this is more like never let them know your next move Gen Z behavior, right? She's following a TikTok trend. What's more Gen Z than that?
We'll come back to this.
It just looks like a wolf wearing sheep's clothing.
Or someone wearing very wide leg pants. Gen Z. Boom.
John wore my wide leg pants and he felt so involved.
I've been telling men that they need to get on the straight leg, like kind of baggy, or the wide leg jeans.
But they don't fit my legs.
What?
They actually fit him better because there's more room for
There's
them.
more room. What do you mean? You want them tight to your leg?
But what if I run in the woods and they get caught on something?
How baggy are you going?
I don't know. I don't know how baggy I should go, but that concerns me.
We're gonna go to Levi's.
Sorry.
But is OP gonna get caught up in more of her sister's shenanigans?
Oh,
What do we do here
boy.
before we get into these final comments? What's your solution?
No, again, I don't think that OP can really go no contact because the problem is that she gets caught up in the situations regardless of whether or not she's near her sister or not.
So does she
I think she
therapy?
maybe
Just
limits
tell her-
contact.
Yeah, limited contact.
And she changes her hair.
Limited contact, change hair.
Dyes it.
Yeah, I feel like that's maybe the first step, and then it's like, what if she starts
Copying
her?
Oh, I don't know what you do then.
I think maybe, and OP's probably done some version of this already, but it's like, mom and dad have kicked you out of the house.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to kick you out of my life if you keep doing this because this is coming back to me.
Yeah, it's like your actions are hurting me and you don't seem to care. So you got to go.
Let's read these final relevant comments and see. So big one 4048 says, wow, 28. Really? It's still young. It's still young. Jake Bro says, I was really expecting the parents to take the sister's side, but I'm really glad they didn't. She deserves to be kicked to the curb, and I hope they don't let her come back. She sucks a lot.
Yeah.
Apparently. She might not be entirely morally bankrupt, but dang, she's trying her best to get there. I hope you're healing up okay and things are back to normal for you and you don't have to deal with any of your sister's mistakes anymore, at least not anytime soon, OP. And then expression candid 418 says, I am glad that your parents kicked your sister out. I just want to know if you laid charges against the wife who beat you up, because I am still pissed off on your behalf at the fact that you're completely innocent and you ended up getting injured. But you know what will always keep you safe and sound is joining our live stream every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. Let's go.
Tap her profile. I think what the only other thing she could do is wear a shirt that's got a picture of her sister and it says, have you been personally affected by this woman? And then below that, it says, I'm not her.
Yes. I think take out like those ads, like those, like the ambulance chaser ads of like, have you been wronged by a sister like mine? Well, it's not me.
Not me.
Don't attack me, please.
Thank you.
And ask if it's me before you
attack.
Go crazy.
Please.
Yeah.
And it's really long and the text is kind of small, so no one can really read it unless they're about to attack you.
I just had an alternative idea that's a little bit more sinister, but might solve the sister problem.
Let's do it.
Because earlier we said, if someone cheats, then you are within your rights to go like tell people, so it like hurts their reputation and also maybe helps other people not fall in the same trap. Do you basically go on kind of a campaign, like we were just talking about low key, to tell everyone, hey, look, my sister is absolutely insane, so that way OP is kind of protected. People, she already had was this story? No, that was the last story where someone in the grocery store just like spit on her or something.
Yes.
That was too crazy.
That was the last one, yeah.
But yeah,
I think she goes on I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. She goes on her Instagram and she posts a picture of her twin sister. She says, have you been personally affected by this woman? I'm not her. And then we leave it at that.
Story time. All you're like, if you don't like stop doing this stuff immediately, the next time you even like mess up an inch, I've got some locked and loaded story times, some get ready with me story times.
Yeah, I have one of those texts that you can send at a different time. You could schedule your text, and she's like, the second I see some stinky behavior, that text is going out to everyone.
You touch another married man's shaft, then I am going to upload this draft.
Yeah. Oh, I like it.
That's what's going to happen.
Everyone knows that people take things more seriously if they rhyme.
Exactly. And it wasn't a slant rhyme.
It wasn't even a slant rhyme.
It was just a full, real rhyme.
Yeah.
No discount, no light edition.
Exactly. But you know what is even better than a slant rhyme?
What?
A story.
That's right. Let's get into the final story. I'm leaving my husband because he had an affair with my sister. Well, I, 30 female, recently discovered that my husband, 32 male, and my sister, 28 female, have been having an affair. I found explicit messages and photos on my husband's phone, and I was devastated to learn that the affair has been going on for over a year. By the way, this comes from Alternative Fly 312 on the BestofRedditorUpdates subreddit. So the betrayal is even more painful because my sister and I are incredibly close. We shared everything from personal secrets to major life decisions. To husbands. Oh God, that played too well. Nice one, Sophia. My husband has been expressing dissatisfaction and feeling distant, but I never imagined it would lead to this. When I confronted my husband, he admitted to the affair. He claimed that he felt neglected, and throughout the affair, it was an escape from his dissatisfaction.
You know what will help you with satisfaction? Talking to your partners.
Talk. Ask. Even
divorce.
Even leave, just so you're at least not, because if you cheat, it's like the pain of cheating and the pain of the divorce.
Yeah.
At least let it just be the pain of the divorce.
Just choose one. This isn't like a 2-for-1 deal here.
And you can be fully honest if you do go the divorce route.
Exactly.
And not have to lie to someone. My God. He tried explaining it away by saying that he didn't know how to communicate his needs and it was just a momentary lapse in judgment.
That's not how those work.
No.
A momentary lapse of judgment is when you're like, I know this ice cream's really going to hurt my stomach, but I love it so much, so you eat it.
It's too delicious. Cheating isn't ice cream.
No.
New t-shirt. His excuses sound hollow and insincere. How can I believe that this was just a lapse in judgment when he actively chose to betray me over such a long period?
It wasn't.
Dude,
You can't.
it's too much. My sister has also apologized, claiming that the affair was never serious and happened only 2 or 3 times, describing it as just for fun. It's just a little.
If you want to have fun, go to the freaking climbing gym.
Yeah, and get some bruises all over your body.
All over your body. It's
Like an
so much
old
more
banana.
fun than cheating.
First-hand account right here.
Guys, I'm obsessed. Not with cheating, with climbing.
Yeah, to be clear. Honestly, this makes me even angrier. 3 times only? Come on, who believes that? If it had been just once, I could have still forgiven them. The fact that she's trying to downplay it as a fun fling only adds insult to
That's
injury.
so much worse. It's like, no, I didn't even care about it. It was just like fun.
It's not.
I just ruined your life for fun.
Yeah, and it dismisses the seriousness of it for
Yeah.
OP and like OP's feelings. How could she think it was acceptable to get involved with my husband? And how could they both trivialize such a serious betrayal? She moved out of town to give me space, but I'm struggling to even imagine having a relationship with her again. Right now, I really want nothing to do with the both of them. I will definitely be leaving my husband because he doesn't deserve my trust or commitment anymore.
Yes.
Go off, queen. I also won't be seeing my sister for a long time,
Fair.
if ever.
Fair.
Totally fair. You can go no contact.
again, she ruined your life for a fling.
Sister stealing your husband is insanity. Like
Crazy.
it doesn't
Like,
get
why
much
are
worse
you
than
even
that.
attracted to that person?
What are we doing? Well, I guess they do share a lot in common. They're siblings after all.
Guess so.
Several red flags were apparent before I discovered the affair. My husband was unusually secretive with his phone, had a drastic change in work hours, seemed increasingly distant and emotionally unavailable. I should have noticed these signs earlier, but I was blindsided by how quickly things escalated. So, am I the a-hole for wanting to leave my husband? I definitely will be leaving him now, and I'm also considering cutting off my sister for the foreseeable future. Should I even consider forgiving her, or is there no coming back from the betrayal? There is some relevant comments and an update where OP makes a big decision after some soul searching.
What type of big decision?
But Sophia, let's run through the roster here.
Let's
Number
run through
1 is OP the a-hole for wanting to leave her husband.
it. No.
Not even the slightest. Right?
Count 1. Not guilty.
Cleared of all charges. Number 2, is it okay for her to cut off contact at least for the foreseeable future with her
Count
sister?
2. Not guilty.
Not guilty. Count number 3, should I consider forgiving her, or is there no coming back from this betrayal?
Count 3. Indecisive.
Indecisive. Why?
Because I think that years down the line, she could, make a big old comeback
Mm-hmm.
and prove her devotion to her sister. Right now, we don't know if that's the case.
Yeah, I feel like it's like, again, 1, this all hinges on if OP is okay with that and wants that.
Exactly.
But then 2, I think it would literally just take years of rebuilding the trust and proving that you're trustworthy for OP to even begin to think about feeling comfortable in trusting her
Agreed.
again. Because
Agreed.
again, just like, I'm just trying to think of things that could top that, and I'm just coming up short.
Nothing.
I got nothing except for these relevant comments.
Woo!
So, commenter number 1 says, not the a-hole. Why even consider forgiving your sister? She betrayed you in the worst way possible, and her excuses are crap.
Yeah, she does have pretty bad excuses.
Right. Commenter number 2 says, you're definitely not in the wrong for wanting to leave him. Betrayal like this is massive, and your feelings are completely valid. Taking time for yourself and reevaluating your relationship with your sister is smart. Agreed. And then commenter number 3, not the a-hole for wanting to leave your husband and distance yourself from your sister. They both betrayed your trust in a massive way. If anything, you're the sane one here, not putting up with pathetic excuses and minimizing of their actions. Prioritize your own healing. You owe them nothing.
Exactly.
I love that.
And
I
that's
love
the
that.
truth.
Yeah, like right now they
They've hurt
weren't
you.
thinking about you
Nope.
when, they got together multiple times, maybe many times, and
You don't have to
destroyed your
feel it.
life
Yeah,
and
you don't have to
marriage.
hurt. Feel for their feelings.
Yeah.
You know?
You're already entitled
Yeah.
to,
Or
prioritize
concern
yourself
with
first.
them.
Now you have like a million X self-prioritizing yourself first.
Exactly.
Yep. But let's get into the update. So first of all, I want to thank everyone for the overwhelming support and advice on my original post. I've been having a really tough time, and your words helped me feel less alone in this situation. After a lot of soul searching and discussion with trusted friends, I've made some decisions about how to move forward. I have officially left my husband.
Good.
It's done. The pain of his betrayal is still fresh, but I know that staying with someone who could do this to me is not an option. I deserve better, and I'm determined to find a healthier, happier path for myself. As for my sister, she reached out to me after moving out of town. She expressed regret and claimed that she never meant to hurt me. I'm still processing my feelings, and while I do appreciate her reaching out, I told her I need time and space to heal.
Yeah, I mean, she's only regretful because you caught her,
Yes, that's exactly what it feels like.
which is, like, that's going to take a lot of time. Even if she is genuinely, regretful and apologetic, that doesn't mean that you need to forgive her right now.
And I, in all
Forever.
honesty, kind of believe she's just saying that so she doesn't have to deal with
Yeah.
OP, hating her or cutting her off or
Exactly.
whatever the case might be. I've decided to take a break from our relationship for the foreseeable future with her sister. I just can't wrap my head around how she could betray me in such a profound way, and I'm not ready to forgive or engage in any kind of conversation just yet. In the aftermath of the situation, I've also been focusing on my mental health. I've started therapy to help work through my feelings of betrayal, anger, and loss. I realize that I need to take care of myself, rebuild my life, even if it feels daunting right now. I've learned to trust my instincts more and recognize red flags. I will not ignore my gut feelings in future relationships, whether they're romantic or familial. I know I have a long road ahead, but I'm determined to come out stronger. And we're going to close with these quick relevant comments. Number 1, never ever trust your sister around any other man you meet. Nope. She'd be no contact if she were my sister. Screw them both. She didn't mean to hurt you. She did. Blatantly, she did.
Yeah.
She's lying to save her own skin. She's moved so the drama won't follow her. I would out her and your ex.
Agreed.
Commenter number 2 says she didn't mean to hurt you. What exactly did she think you would feel like after she slept with your husband multiple times?
Joy.
Yeah. Whoopee!
Like, oh, you're seeing how, I love him and now you love him.
And we all love each other. It's so
Perfect.
great. Hooray! No. Wrong. I'm glad you're moving on and prioritizing yourself. You're right. You deserve better. You deserve better. And final comment number 3,
Yeah.
leaving your husband was the right decision, and you should be proud of yourself for recognizing that you deserve better.
Exactly. This isn't kindergarten. Sharing is not caring.
Exactly. And you don't need a kindergarten degree to join our live every weekday at 3 p.m. PST. So hop on in.
Tap a profile.
But yeah, I think just cut her out.
Cut her off. Snip, snip, snip.
I would not be surprised or mad if basically her whole life they didn't have regular contact. I'm also, this is a assumption that I'm making, but I just do not feel that the sister is actually remorseful and she's just lying just to get back in the sister's good graces.
I think it's too soon after for her to
Way too
actually
soon
be apologetic. And also you have to see, are they gonna get together after this? The husband and the sister. Like, are they gonna continue this now that it's in the open? What's the relationship there now?
Final question for you.
Yes.
If her and the husband, ex-husband now do get together, is that a automatic permanent no contact? I think so.
I think that is an automatic permanent no contact.
Because like they've already done so much, them getting
Nail in
together
the coffin.
is like, okay, so you really just don't care and
you
want to see
care
me
more
suffer.
about him than you do about our relationship.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And like there could have been a world where maybe they divorce, like if they had divorced the proper way, obviously it would have been crazy.
Pretty awful, but still, it's at least not stealing
You could have been
husband.
truthful the whole way and just like,
Yes.
talked about it with the sister. Again, still almost
awful.
always like terrible, especially if it's like super recent, but I digress.
Yeah.
But you want to know some other recent news?
What?
This episode's over.
What?
I know.
Oh,
I ran out.
man.
Sorry, guys. Don't know what to tell you.
I don't know what to tell you. Watch out for your sisters.
Watch out for your sisters. But what I do know what to tell you is if you love us, make sure to subscribe.
We love you. And see
see
you tomorrow.